and welcome to the Knitty Kitties channel, and I'm Any Art Netty. Now in this video today I'll be focusing on Dungeons and Dragons with a bit of Pokemon merged in later on in part 2 of the video. So this book has come out. I've seen a little bit of criticism online. Seems to be mostly off gatekeeping D&D players, if I'm honest. I'm not trying to start any shade there or anything. It's there's a video that I stumbled upon trying to find something about this book, and I'm hoping that what I do in this video today will help other people in case they've got stuck on certain things in this. It's definitely more an advanced kind of pattern. I've done 2 of the items out of this. One I did for a friend, the owlbear cub, and I've also done a dragon out of it, and I'm working on a second one now. So I don't want to give away any of the hard-working designers' patterns. Yeah, there seems to be a bit of an attitude to it towards this is more aimed at cat ladies and what was it? This is more aimed at cat ladies and old women who don't understand a thing about Dungeons and Dragons. Now, from an early age, I used to watch, being like made in 79, born in 80. There was a cartoon on the telly called Dungeons and Dragons. I used to love that. I've grown up admiring the D&D artwork, the books and stuff like that, but I've never played it with other people, and the reason being mostly is I find them quite gatekeepy, and I've been told I'm not clever enough to play it and stuff like that, so it's kept me away. I find exactly the same thing with Warhammer 40k miniatures and stuff like that, just that kind of thing where you go into the shop and it's instantly like, I don't know why that attitude is there, but it's there, and I just want to mention it because in case other people have found that too, or is it just me feeling like I'm some kind of a burden, or not good enough, because I already felt that already, so didn't need that reiterating. And yeah, so I've kept it into my own kind of way, see, and I do crochet as well, so I'm a crazy cat lady and whatever. So there's the owlbear, which I'll insert a photo of my version. This version's much better. It's very right-handed friendly. I'm left-handed, so any left-handed crocheters, be aware that you will have to reverse some bits of the pattern, as you may or may well not know. Yeah, so the eyes are supposed to go like this, and if you see on mine, they kind of fold inwards. So I've done that a little bit wrong. So it consists of amigurumi, wearables, and household items. Now, the thing I found with these negative videos as well was and even my wife said that you can get these patterns online anyway. 1, those patterns of being given away free probably by people. 2, these are people who actually are interested. I'll show you the names in a bit, and I've actually found them, I think all 4 of the designers on Instagram, so you can go and check out their patterns. I apologise about my breathing pattern, by the way, because yeah, I've got different things going on, but I've talked about it before, and it's something called Chitty Chat and Craft. So it's not worth mentioning. Anyway, and he said, and probably as well, those patterns are more than likely AI. So are all wrong. But it's nice to be able to support Wizards of the Coast as well. So it's an official book. So yeah, so sounded like the wife didn't know much anyway, and how much work goes into making something like this, bringing it out. Making someone a gift takes weeks, you know, so it's just inconsiderate people who want to poo-poo on everything. So yeah, there's the whoopsie daisy silly chair there. I think that is brilliant. Yeah, so I think a lot of what happened is is that I didn't get into the right communities or right people. It's just finding those right people, isn't it, sometimes? Yeah, I'm not going to be too bitter about. So my partner used to play D&D, and he tells me that this is it. If you play D&D, you will know this character. It's just a nice entry level pattern as well. It's a beginner level. Again, I'm not going to give away any of the pattern. The Beholder, I'm going to make this as a present, I believe, for someone for Christmas. More intermediate make. This is a good photo of it again. The photography in this book is brilliant. The amount of work that goes into making a pattern is brilliant as well. This one I want to make for myself. Now, whoops, yeah, don't give any of these people's hard-working patterns away. The Mind Flayer as well. Albert Cub, which we've made. Was there anything I needed to point out? I just think the write-ups are really good as well, so yeah. Yeah, just for me, I think, personally, if you're left-handed, be aware you do have to reverse some of the bits of the pattern, so the paws were very easy to do, I found. And oh, the eyes. I got these off Amazon. Just wanted to point something out. Now, there's different sizes, so you got the smallest ones. Didn't come in this box, by the way. This is a box I had of something else, another purchase. So you do get all these eyes, but be aware, it shows you all the sizes with all the colours and the same amount of eyes. That is not true. So I used 2 of the eyes for this, and I used the 2 green ones. So you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get all of the colours. You don't. Just so you know. So there is a green, a light pink and a blue. You don't get any of the other colours listed. I've got all that up on the screen. And some of them were scratched as well, so just buyer beware with that one. But if you can find something similar, yeah, go for it. There is 2 there, by the way. Oh, it's on the back of that. Yeah, so just so you're aware of that. So I thought I was getting equal amounts of, you don't. Right, so yeah, there's the photographs. The putting together, again, that's one thing I wanted to point out about the Owlbear Cub. Putting it together is great, but it doesn't show you. It shows you a picture of the bum there, but it doesn't show you how to position the tail. And there's no photographs through it where it shows you the positioning of the tail. So I looked up photographs of Owlbear Cub and I just kind of winged it like that, if I'm honest. The eye and hand of Vecna. Vecna, right? I apologise, I don't know how to say some of these words. It's this is probably where the gatekeepy lot. There's gatekeeping in everything. I find it with heavy metal as well, black metal especially, and other things. It's just one of the things. I know people get passionate about it, and that's great. And this is the dragon I'm making at the minute. There is some points I want to make about that. But again, I used. Oh, where is it? This is the new one I'm making. And I used those eyes again, the gold ones. Yeah. Oh, and the wool I'm using is Cabaret Style Craft. So Cabaret, it's a DK. Each one comes with a pattern for a shawl. So that's, let's see, one I haven't opened. That's the Cabaret Style Craft. For the body and face, that's in rainbow. I'll just put up on the screen what I used for the horns, and the face cheeks is this one. I've not got the names here, I can't remember. I think it's called Rainforest or something like that, I'm probably wrong. And I'm starting to make the wing panels as well. There was a bit of the pattern I wanted to point out, but I'll do that. There's his front scales as well. Yeah. But I'll do that when I get to the end of the book. Wearables. So we've got a quiver here, which is actually for a water bottle. There's a pattern on that, so I don't want to show. Dragon cowl, which incorporates these scales here. Craft scales, 200 you need. That's a nice bit of photography there as well. So you can see braces of archery. They're really nice actually. I've incorporated there so you can adjust them. Purple Warham scarf. So it's in burlap velvet. Oh, you can see a bit of pattern there. Let's see. Gloves of missile snaring. She's left-handed. Or he, or they. Yeah. Where's the... Ah, yeah. Spellbook pouch belt bag. I'm sure you could put wherever you want in, but yeah. Mantle of spell resistance. It's bag of holding. That's really cool. Got lots of colour work going on in that one. Household items. Schools of Magic granny squares. It's quite a big bit of pattern there because you've got all your charts. D20 pillows. I know maybe more people who've got an addiction to buying these dice. It's just like, you can never have enough dice. That's how I feel about wools. Mimic dice bag. Look at all those dice. They are pretty items though, aren't they? They're something rather magical about them. There's more photography there. Soul coin coaster. That's a nice bit of embroidery on that too. Crochet glossary terms. So if you are a newbie to that, you can check that bit out. And then I wanted to tell you about the contributors to these patterns. Stacy King. She also wrote the Dungeons and Dragons Young Adventurers Guide series. And she does graphic novels as well, include manga classic series. So it combines Pride and Prejudice and Dracula with manga. She lives in Toronto, so that's in Canada, I think, downtown Toronto. Sharon Posey is based in Pensacola, Florida. She's into so she got into crochet again in 2004, but learnt from her mum. And her and her husband run a Posey Handmade together. Alysia Sly is at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So she learnt crocheting about the age of 9 from her aunt and grandma. Started making dresses for her dolls. Oh, she's got 2 cats. And Rebecca Stone is the one that designed the dragon and the Albert Club, actually, if I remember. She's an Aussie. She's from Sydney. But now she's based in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. So her Instagram is Bextraordinary. Again, I'll link all these in the description below. And Lydia Viatoris, she's in Jacksonville in Florida. She's a teacher, an artist and a designer. She first learnt how to crochet from her high school maths teacher. I say math, don't say math. As a way to pass the time after exams. And then went to go on to do fibre arts ever since. Very cool. So yeah, all the links for those people will be in the description below. Right. Check that's on. Right, I've got my fan on in the background because it's quite hot. And I've been through the old perimenopause. I'm now fully menopause, and with it being hot to us in England anyway, we're in Cumbria, on the coast, and with it being quite hot anyway, I just can't bear it. It happens to the best of us. So yeah, this is how far I've got with the dragon's body, and I've been stuffing it and also got the wire there as well. Now I've got to the part, I'm not going to give away any of this pattern. One, because I respect the people who've printed and published this, and it's just not nice to just give away someone's pattern that they've worked hard on unless they want to, and you know, yeah. So just out of respect for the author, it was purely that I struggled with this bit, and I wondered if anybody else had the same trouble, and hopefully they'll find this, and even if that's just one person, that's great. But it might help you if you're considering this and you might be put off by the dragon. I couldn't find anyone else who'd done the dragon online. Now it's got to row 94, and that's where you start doing a sub row. So it's like, I have to write this down because it's at 94A, 94B, 94. Right, that's the second part of the video there. But yeah, we'll just bypass that, and I'll just put A, B, C, D, E, F, G so far. It's just there so I can keep up and I don't lose track, because talking and doing this at the same time is a bit weird. But just in case anyone else was struggling with these sub rows, it's here, and I hope you find it, because I'd hate to think of, well, you know, someone else. And just a word of caution. As you can probably tell, I'm left-handed. When you're a left-handed crocheter, you're going left to right. If you're right-handed, you'll naturally go right to left, which is considered, I guess, the normal way. I would not follow anything I'm doing as a tutorial in the way of crocheting, simply because you'll see it, the technique that I use. I've been a knitter since I was, as long as I could hold knitting needles, probably. My mum was a professional knitter, and that sounded like bragging, I didn't mean that. My mum was a professional knitter, and I got a love for the fibre and all the different wools and everything like that, and the colours, and wanted to learn as well. So basically, as soon as she could teach me to do it, I was doing it too, so I've got used to the knitting technique, I think, and I've got myself into a dirty habit. I would not copy what I'm doing. I would follow someone who's doing it, saying this is a tutorial, this is so yeah, please don't pick up any dirty habits off me, you've been warned. Right, so sub row A, I'm just going to do the amount of stitches it tells me to on that row first, and I'll meet you back there. We'll speed this up just because it'll be boring. Now, at this point, I've done how many single crochets it's told me to do, and what it wants me to do is get another stitch marker. I'll use a different colour. Oh, I forgot about these. I got these stitch markers and they're in the shape of a lapras. Isn't that cute? I use that more for my knitting. I've got to go back 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. So mark that back there with a stitch marker, so it's easier to use different colours. See, that's the beginning of the row, and then that there, and that is actually a point where I would reverse that if you are left-handed. So probably, I can't work that out at the minute, but when I first did this dragon, I'll show you him after this, I think, yeah, a lot of it I should have reversed it. With normal folk would be going, what is that, clockwise. With us lefties, we're going anti-clockwise. So I've got to chain 12 stitches. Just like I overheated, the camera overheated and decided to completely stop working and turn itself off. I mean, I don't blame it. So I hope I didn't lose too much there, but I'm just going to reiterate where I got up to. So I was on sub row 94A, and so it told me to chain so many, so we've done that. Then to skip so many stitches, do you know what, I did it wrong as well, so completely ignore that. What have I done? It's a mess. Right, so Alright, so we've done that. So what we're to do is skip the next 29 stitches, don't single crochet them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 20. And that should take you to that marked stitch there. So you start in that stitch. You leave the chain inside the body. And we're going to start in there. And we're going to do 12 single crochets. Now the idea of this is, I'll stop because I can't talk and do this at the same time. That should not be there. That is annoying. Actually, no, it doesn't matter too much because it's going that way anyway. those chains that you're going to make now, you're going to make several of them, will stay inside the body. That is your tension for that row. It will look weird. You'll be like, well, why should I be doing that? You know, all these chains. And yeah, it does. It keeps the tension perfectly for that piece. So that's why you're doing that. Hope that explains it. And just because I thought at first I was doing something else, I'll explain that in a minute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keeping my eye on that camera now so it doesn't overeat. 9, 10. That. 11. 12. So you got 12 there, and then you're going to chain 14 rows. Stitches. Good grief. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now what I would do is I keep a note of when you finish those rows. Or there is good apps as well on your phone to do row counting with as well. So yeah, definitely do that. And you'll keep doing that until it makes, if you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see it. If I've got some black, that'd be better actually, so it shows up on the video. You'll have the tail that I've done so far like this. This particular bit is going to make this kind of shape, so the body will start to go up, and eventually you'll do some more of this kind of shaping, and it'll do that and end up so almost like a S-shape kind of thing, like that. So that is what you're doing. Oh, don't do that. Right, so we've done B, and then what you're going to do then on the next is 94C, the stitch before the beginning of sub row 94B. So we're going to go into the stitch before that. Again, it looks weird where you're doing this and it's just like chains are left inside. I assume, I know to assume makes an arse out of you and me, but oh sorry Moomin. But what I think is happening is, I have a message. You're making the tension inside, so it doesn't bunch up, you know. So there was the Muppets crochet book. Come on now, crochet book, which I made a Kermit in as well. And you know, Kermit has that face like, we'll call it like Pac-Man. Now you have to do a bit of it separate so you get that actual shape to his mouth. So you'll start in the round, and then you'll do what we're calling the sub row here. Imagine that's a bunch of chains, and then go over to there, over the other side, and then just carry on. Don't do it with that because it'll go right through the whole book. You'll just carry on doing this bit here. Now I thought that's what this was doing, so you'd just be working on the one chain all the time. Do you get me? But with this you're making several separate chains. You're not actually working into that first chain that you've made. Does that make sense? It's doing the same principle of it. You're just partially knitting half of what I'll call the body, like the pipe, but you're not working into that same thing all the time. Just so people know, if they've had the same struggle as me, that you are making separate chains. You're not just working once into that. So you are doing it right if you do that. I hope that explains it. So yeah, that is the struggle I had, and I thought, well, maybe this might help some other folk as well who, you know, I would keep a stitch on this side where you're working into the first stitch, so I'm going to replace that with that, so I know that that's the new positioning of it. So I'm on 94C now. So I camera overheated again. So what I'm trying to say is, with these chain rows, it might be a bit confusing that there's so many of them, but they're there to keep the tension. It means that you won't get any bunching with that shape, and it'll make this kind of shape. Just keep, basically what you're doing is increasing one row each side. Make sure that you keep, if it's going 2 or more either side, that means there should be 1 stitch either side increasing, and it should make a eventual shape like that. Do the same as you, yeah, this, it's not just keeping on one bit and making one bit of a shape. These are there for a reason, and it did confuse me at first, so I thought I'd put that in a video and make sure, just in case anyone else was thinking the same thing. So that's that book. I think it's brilliant. I'm very impressed with it. Now let's go on to the second part of the video. Now, I set myself a challenge. It must be about 5 years ago now. There'll be a card on the screen, and what it was to merge a Pokémon with a D&D character. Now, this was originally on someone else's channel. It's not my idea. I shall put all of the credits that I've been able to find in the description below. I got 3 people to say, yeah, pick a number between 1 and 100. That left number there is a Pokemon, and the number on the right is a D&D character. So the numbers I got: person 1, friend number 1 said 37 and 82, so that turned out to be a Blaziken and a Demogorgon. Nothing to do with a Demigorgon. In Stranger Things we're talking about a Demogorgon. I think that might go quite well actually, so I have got the tabs ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the challenge off camera. 1, because this keeps overheating, and 2, I have a little bit of red button syndrome. So yeah, the Demogorgon is like, it's got like a monkey face, hasn't it? No, not monkey at all. A great ape, that's different. 2 baleful baboon eyes. Blue and red faces similar to those of mandrills. Now we're mixing that with Blaziken, which is tall anyway. So now then, that's what challenge 1. Challenge 2, the Pokemon that was picked was Arceus. I want to say Arceus. I know that's not, you pronounce it's a strong K rather than a strong C sound, isn't it? So Arceus and Oblex, which, oh my goodness me. So yeah, that's going to be a hell of a mix, but I'll try it. And then person 3 chose 8 and 74. So 8 was a Squirtle and 74 was an Ochre Jelly. An Ochre Jelly. So, quite interesting mixes there. So that's going to be my challenge for the afternoon. So while I'm doing that, I'll get back to you. I'll let this charge up again because there's 5 minutes left on this. And yeah, it's not being very kind to me today, so I'll meet you back there. Maybe at the sketches. I'll show you the sketches. Okay, here we go.